is Senator Coyle.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And thank you to all our witnesses for being with us here this afternoon. And congrats to you, Minister, on your new appointment. Keeping Canadians safe is a responsibility every one of us shares here in this room. This bill is, as you have stated, is really about that, is keeping Canadians safe. And it came about, as you have said, in the context, we know a pretty heated context, where there have been recent violent incidents which scare everybody, scare me, scare everybody. It's come about because of a united call from provinces and territories. It has all-party support. The House did a study on the bail system, as you have said, but this particular bill has not been studied until this moment that it's coming to us. So let's not forget, this is the first time we actually get to look at this particular bill. So this makes it difficult for the Senate. We didn't have the benefit, which we normally do, of having seen the research and the work and the probing that's been done and the debate that's had in the House. So that's difficult for us. So I would like to ask at this point, what data, what reliable evidence, what research results does the government have that the measures outlined in this particular bill will actually result in those intended outcomes, which we all want, of safer communities, safer streets, safer highways, and safer homes? So that's my first question. What have you got?
Yes, and so what I would sort of refer you to is, this is similar to the question that was being asked to me by Senator Batters, and what I would say to you is that in terms of what we've seen, is that we've seen both anecdotally and statistically a rise in crime in Canada, and that rise in crime touches on certain indicia, certain areas, and this is available through Justice Stats and StatsCan statistics. And the rise in crime includes things such as violent offenses, including violent offenses using weapons. Some of the recent events that have been highlighted were events that took place around the country. I can't give you the prognostication with absolute clarity about how much less bail will be provided, because as I mentioned to your colleague, Senator Simons, these are ultimately discretionary decisions by a JP or a judge around the country. They just take the guidance that Parliament provides them. But I do think, as a matter of sort of intuitive logic, that if you're making it harder to access bail, it's likely going to be received less. If you're giving pretty explicit instructions about the importance of considering community safety, and you're giving explicit instructions about where the onus needs to be altered in the case of a serious violent offender using a weapon, then that's likely going to keep those types of individuals off of our streets. That's going to have an impact, and I'm quite confident that's going to have an impact. Can I measure it for you now? I cannot. Perhaps, I'm not sure if my officials have anything they'd like to add in respect of that, but we will endeavour to provide you with as comprehensive analysis as possible. But what I would say to you is that the notion of sort of a quick fix being promoted here is not accurate. Yes, we worked fast, but we worked with extreme diligence. And you see that with an October 22 ask at the FPT table, an expert panel that does rigorous work, who then provide us with suggestions about a tailored bill. You see that tailored bill being developed. And the very same justice study that Senator Pate was just citing is a study that heard on 7 occasions from 30 different witnesses about bail and how to reform bail. So I would use that as instructive for your analysis here. You're here to do important work, right? You're a chamber of sober second thought. I appreciate that. I respect that. It's a critical role in our parliamentary democracy. What I would say to you is that it's also critical to be attentive to the needs of Canadians, the concerns that are being expressed in our communities, and the overwhelming support that is behind this bill, which I would say is rare, not just on the party side, but also on the intergovernmental side, when we've got lined up every province around the country getting behind this bill, including our important law enforcement.